one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would bow your heads, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the many blessings we received. Please give us the strength and wisdom and guidance tonight to do what's best for the citizens of Harnett County. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. All right. We'll consider any additions and deletions to the published agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
A motion is second to approve the published agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously, Madam Clerk. Do I hear a motion for the consent agenda?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
A motion is second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Carries as well, Madam Clerk. All right, at this time, we will do a recognition of a Special Achievement Award for the Harnett County Sheriff's Office. Commissioner Jaggers, if you would do the honor, sir.
Come on up. We're glad that we can come in today and kind of give a public recognition of this. I think it speaks volumes of what Harnett County Sheriff's Office detectives are doing and who are steps in that kind of made a difference. Okay. North Carolina Investigators Association Board of Achievement and Recognition for all those to whom these presents may come greetings. Be it known that a recognition of special achievement and recognition demonstrate that the role of criminal justice professional and personal devotion and service to people in North Carolina, the President and the Board of Achievement and Recognition of North Carolina Gang Investigators Association through the authority vested in them as the leading authority in criminal street gangs in the state, hereby award to Operation Checkmate Home Invasion, Harnett County Sheriff's Office, Durham PD, Wake County ESO, and CAT this Special Achievement Award with all rights and privileges thereunto belonging. Testimony whereof we fix our hands 19th day of August 2025 in the city of Winston-Salem in the state of North Carolina in the United States of America, representing the Board of Achievement and Recognition of the North Carolina Gang Investigators Association. William Chuck Hastings, President of the Gang Investigators Association. You can't get that. Somebody supposed to speak?
Yes, Mr. Spencer.
Not really.
You didn't prepare anything?
Well, I'd just like to thank everybody for taking the opportunity to recognize our detectives that work, as it pertains to this particular case, they worked extremely long hours over a period of several months to resolve this case. This case, it was real special to us only because of how heinous it was. There was a family that was, they suffered a home invasion, and during that home invasion, the family was tortured and robbed, and one individual was sexually assaulted inside the home. So it was a really, really tough case right out the gate for us to try to work. The family, was traumatized by it, but after several, like I said, hours, weeks, months of working on the case, they were able to resolve the case, and we thank them for the hard efforts that they put into it. So again, thank y'all for recognizing them. We really appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Outstanding. Give them a second to clear out. All right. Move on to discuss and consider revising the length of the public comment period, which is Rule 30 of the Rules and Procedures for the Board of Commissioners. Obviously, this has been a topic we've been discussing the last few weeks. Brought it back up for discussion now since Commissioner Matthews is back with us this week. I'll bring it back up to discuss. Is there anything anybody would like to speak on behalf of this topic?
Well, I'll just speak since I was not available for the work session that we had last week to, when y'all did discuss this, I will say I have no problem with the length of time, whether it be 3 minutes or 5 minutes. I do have a problem with flip-flopping back and forth from one to the other. And so I really, being we just have unanimously voted to go to 30 minutes and 3 minutes, I just think we need to leave that until at least the end of the year. If anybody wants to revisit it that time, I think it'd be a good time to revisit it.
I don't care. I mean, I think the public should have a voice, and the public should be able to relate to us what their needs are and what's happening in their community. But I do think that when you come up here and speak, you should have respect for us. I don't think you should come up here using profanity at us because things are going wrong for you. So as far as, there's nothing else I can say, except I really don't care whether it's an hour or whether it's 30 minutes. But I demand respect, because I give respect. And that's all I gotta say.
Mr. Chairman, would it please the committee if we tabled this until the first of the year and then revisited it based on Mr. Matthews' comments?
Well, I like Mr. Matthews. I'm not opposed to 5 minutes and an hour like Ms. Barber has said. What aggravates me is when we provide the time and then most of the conversations are about things that we don't have control over and we can't control. We've had some people come in and give great information and we're able to react on it and would be glad. I mean, that's what I would like to see. It is, you give us things that we can, gather information that we might not know, because, being a commissioner, if you show up to something, things are different you get different versions. You don't get the one that the general public sees most of the time. And, we need to know these things. And I think that the public comment could be a great thing for the citizens of this county. I think it's a good thing to have. And I am definitely not wanting to ever not have it. I just would like for it to be productive. So, I mean, as far as 5 minutes, 3 minutes, I don't know that I really have a strong opinion either way on that right now.
Would the pleasure of the board be to hold this over then? Or would we like to make a decision on this today?
I think it would be a good thing to hold it open and we go through the public comment today. I think it would be, we've had a lot go on in the world in the last week or so, and a lot of things are out there that makes you kind of think about what we're doing in public and what we need to do. So I have no problem if you hold it open. I have no problem.
I don't see the need of, if that's what the board wants and the board are in agreement with it. I don't see a need of waiting till the first of the year to discuss this. The longer you discuss it, the more heated it's going to get. I think if we're going to make a decision to change it, we need to go on and make the decision. But I demand that we have these sheriff deputies that are in here. When a person get out of control, they start using profanity and talking to us like we are not human, they need to escort that person out the door. And there should not be no hesitation about it. Because we are here for the public. And the public should have the right to come and speak to us. Of whatever time it is, whatever time you all decide, I don't care. Because I want the public to be able to communicate to me. But I'm not gonna sit up here and let you disrespect me for this position. I ran because I care about people. And I'm here for the people. But I'm not gonna be respected for trying to do something for the people. So it doesn't matter to me whatever you all decide, because you all have the majority of the vote. But if you wanna do it today, it's fine. If you wanna wait 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, but a couple more months, I'm sorry, that's fine.
When's our next meeting?
But
Our next meeting?
next meeting, work session is September 30th.
September the 30th.
And the next public comment would be the first meeting in October. On October 6th.
Well, I mean, I do agree with what Commissioner Matthews had said about not flip-flopping this back and forth. If we're going to go with something, we might as well go ahead and stick with it. But I also agree with the same sentiments as Commissioner McCoy as well about the rules and procedures that we have need to be followed a little bit more stricter. So I've already asked Ms. Capps, the clerk, to add on the sign-up sheet for there to be a signature acknowledging the rules and procedures for the public comment period. And we're going to start that. But as far as the period of the length of time, I'm open to hear a motion, or we can go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Will we re-vote on the leadership in the first meeting in December, correct?
We do. Yep.
Would that be appropriate time at that point in time to do it? Or- I don't,
Be a new chairman and new vice chairman at that point in time. So I'll be fine to let it sit open until then. If we want to revisit this at another time.
I'm sorry.
Go, Miss Barber. Go ahead.
Why are you gonna keep postponing something that we can go ahead on and make a decision today? And if, I will agree to this, if things get totally out of control, then we change it back. Or whatever you all wanna do, or leave it like it is. Because like I said in the very beginning, it's about respect. And if you can agree to it today, or agree to it first of the year, whatever, but I don't see what difference it's gonna make. Because we do have the authority to stop it and cut it off again.
And like I said, I do appreciate that, Commissioner McCoy, and like I said before, I don't have any objection to the 3 or the 5, 30 or the hour. As I think someone pointed out at a previous meeting, our cell phones are in our contact information. I talk to people all the time. I certainly don't mind that. I just think we need to make a decision and stick with it one way or the other.
Agreed. Well, since in our rules and procedures, I guess I'm allowed to make this motion as a chairman. I'll make a motion that we go ahead and revert back to the 5 minutes instead of the 3 minutes for the public comment period. And without hearing a second, that will die, and we will go ahead and move on.
I'll second. You just said.
Well, then I have a motion and a second, and I'll open the floor for discussion then.
Let me make a point of order if I can, Mr. Chairman. This
Please,
being
sir.
an amendment to your rules of procedure, it will take a 2/3 vote to pass it. So four would have to vote for it to pass. Rule 33, it states that, 2/3 vote.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
I'll vote aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed.
Opposed.
Well, without, that doesn't constitute as 2/3 vote, then I would need a fourth. Correct?
Yeah, it
Need a
failed.
fourth person?
Yeah, it failed.
It fails.
Okay. We'll go ahead and, hold on. So, I mean, exactly how does that work, sir?
Say again.
You have a 3-2?
3-2 vote won't do it.
Need,
3.3 is two-thirds, and so it rounded off to 4 votes.
Okay. All right, then. Well, then, we have a 3-2. Motion does not pass. All right. Now we're going to move on to the public comment period. It's a period of 30 minutes consisting of 3 minutes for each presenter. I have 5 people signed up today. Mr. Larry Mitchell, you're first, sir.
Good evening, Commissioners, County Manager, all those county employees. My name's Larry Mitchell. I live at 478 Century Drive in Cameron, Lexington Plantation neighborhood. I had notes for 5 minutes, but I'm gonna have to cut it in half and go to my second half. North Carolina litter sweep is 13 through 27 of this month. I went to their website to see what kind of laws they have concerning vehicles that haul trash to Anderson Creek landfill. I would say about 50% of the vehicles that drive past me, I can't get their license plate, but I try to get a photo, and you can see in this picture, there's a lot of litter and trash in the back that's unsecure. I hear that unsecure vehicles could get citations, but I spend time on the side of these roads, especially Docks Road and Nursery Road, picking up their litter. And I need your help to curb the discharge of that litter to the side roads. The only people who can solve litter is the citizens ourselves. Citizens throw it out the window, unsecured loads to the landfill, and it takes citizens to pick this stuff up. Next month, Harnett County has, let's see, we have the Harnett County Litter Sweep Trash Bash in the whole month of October. We need volunteers from the county. It's time to sign up. I'm going to request that District 3 and 4 on September 16th promote our county trash bash to the county town hall meeting. The last 7 days on Nursery Road and Docks Road, I witnessed the vehicles going by me with unsecured loads. It's not possible to report this to Deputy Ivy or to the sheriff. I have followed one vehicle to the dump, and he got on the scales and mentioned it to him that he had lost a lot of trash. Saturday, I had to pick up sheetrock, flooring, professional paint materials such as open 1 gallon paint cans, these thinner cans that were open, dripping into the soil itself, rollers, rags, and so forth. Volunteers assist in economic development, keeping our Harnett County beautiful. In doing so, Land of Opportunity is promoting the environmental health and beautification of our county. And I try to start off each of my meetings, Harnett County is a beautiful county and a land of opportunity. So with your encouragement, we can help promote our county sweep next month and get citizens out there. And I missed the most important thing because I'll put this on the inquiry list on harnett.org. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe Brent can answer this for me. We used to have signs of, if people are caught, dropping trash and all outside the road, they would be, fined for that. Whatever happened to that?
The North Carolina Department of Transportation has responsibility for putting those signs up along the roadways. So that's something that we've talked to them about, and they have placed some signs in certain areas, but not as many as they used to.
Well, it's getting worse than it used to be years ago. I mean, people now are finding a way to, when they get ready to change mattress, buy a new mattress or whatever, it's nothing to see mattress beside the road, just throw it outside the road. That's so disrespectful to our public highways and to our communities. Is there any way we can contact the DOT about some signs being put up in Harnett County?
Sure. We can ask them again.
Yeah, well, I'm just asking, you may not get
Sure.
you may not get them to do it, but at least we need to let them know this is a need for Harnett County.
Definitely our environmental officer, working a little. I know he works hard for a 600 square mile county, so.
Major Meredith, you have, what, 2 people on trash detail now? One. Could you put him and Mr. Mitchell together and let them coordinate their efforts?
Yeah, they're already.
Okay, that's fine.
Right. Mr. Alan Longman. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Alan Longman, 234 Hamilton Road in Bond Level. I'm sorry. Anyway, I listened and I heard all this about respect. Remember, it's not about you, it's about the public. It was the commissioners that removed the 5 minutes, and not the public had no say in it. You need to earn respect from the public, and you do that by listening to what they have to say. And a 3-minute time because you can't be bothered or you don't want to do that is not good enough. I hear these complaints that you don't want to have people talk to you as commissioners about the complaints that don't involve the county. Well, the point is you're supposed to represent the people. You're supposed to go to the people in the state, and you have to know what to ask them. And unlike what Mr. Trout said about the state being a certain way, the Constitution of the United States has a pass-through for local governments, and I don't believe a state has the right to make themselves whatever and bypass that. I think you have a right to speak out for your people in this county. Many mayors do that. They go into their leaders and they say, I need this and I need that. Well, if you don't hear what people have to say, how do you know what their needs are? Even if it's not with the county directly, you can go to the people that help the county find answers to your problems. The second thing I wanted to talk about was the voting. You have the voting where you want to have it in churches. Well, that changes percentage-wise on how people vote just because it's in that area. It's different than what it was if it was in a school. The other problem is you have places like Chicago, D.C., Los Angeles, Memphis, and what you have there is they vote inside their school systems. They don't have the problems of enforcing the law. When you go to a church and you can't even enforce the laws now that you have the election board, I mean, they're not really enforced. People walk in and they do what they want, wear what they want, nothing's done. If you have a church, then what are you going to do about if they have stuff out that they're not supposed to have? Are you going to turn around and say, well, no, get that stuff removed? No, it's a church. Nothing's going to be done about what they have now. A church situation would be worse. You have less control over what goes on. And I want to thank Mr. Trout again for having brought affordable housing. I like that, but just be careful of regentrification when that is applied. Keep an eye out for that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Jerry Rivas. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Jerry Rivas,
First of all, I would like to say, could somebody please show me in the Constitution of the United States, in the First Amendment, where there is a time limit? It has been ruled by the Supreme Court of the United States. Now, profanity has been part of the American vernacular for 225 years. Profanity is First Amendment protected free speech. If you're thin-skinned and easily offended, maybe you shouldn't be up there. But you talk about respect. Some months ago, I sent an email to all 5 of you commissioners. Not a single one of you responded. And you want to talk to me about respect? Really? Don't tell me you didn't get the email. I sent it. I sent it to all 5 of you. I made sure it went through. But the other day, I was in the lobby of the Sheriff's Department, and I saw this Deputy Kevin Letarte with, I guess it's his chauffeur, a young African-American deputy. And I can just imagine the conversation that Wayne Coates must have just did something like, "Oh boy, you're driving Miss Daisy today. Try not to let him kill nobody." What a joke that this guy is convicted of two different class 1A misdemeanors. By law, he is supposed to lose his law enforcement certification for 5 years. Why is this idiot still a deputy carrying a badge and a gun? He doesn't even have a driver's license. For God's sakes, what is going on over there? And yes, I know a lot of times people come up here and speak on things that you folks have no control over. But that's because really and truly, you folks have control over very little. But I remember back in 2014, when they tried to come up with a gunfire ordinance, you could have had a public comment period 4 hours long. And it wouldn't have accommodated everybody who showed up to speak out against that ordinance. Every now and again, you guys are going to have something that is very controversial, and you're going to have a lot more than 10 people who want to speak on a subject. I mean, what's the problem with the 1 hour and the 5-minute time limit? Most people are not going to speak for the full 5 minutes, and very rarely are you going to have 12 people show up who want to speak. It was changed a year ago, and now you flip-flop back, and now you're against it. A year ago, you were for it. Now 2 of you are against it. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And like I said, profanity is First Amendment protected free speech. And that's why I wear a jacket, so that fine deputy back there, his taser won't go through it.
Thank you very much, sir. Miss Caitlin Plansky. Good evening, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, I did not see, I looked through my emails. I didn't see my email.
Yeah, Mr. Reeves, I'll tell you firsthand if I got one.
I sent a carbon copy.
I didn't get it.
Sent it to all 5 of them. And
Did you get it?
verified it
No, I
went
didn't
through.
get it.
Can you send it again?
I don't even remember what the hell it was about.
I didn't
All
get it.
right, let's get back on.
Well, I just wanted to clear that up. I just didn't see it.
It's been several months ago.
Okay.
Ma'am, you have the floor.
Thank you. My name's Caitlin Polanski, and I came here to really talk about 2 main issues that came up during the last work session. One was the time limit. I think it's very important that people have the full 5 minutes to speak, and I appreciate that you brought it up, Commissioner Nickel, to have that increased back, and I appreciate that you brought it up again today for vote. And I appreciate you seconding it, Commissioner McCoy. I think changing it here and now today would have demonstrated that you are responsive and not flip-flopping on this issue, because I can't think of a single person on this side of the room that's opposed to the 5 minutes. And as far as getting commentary that's unrelated to your capacity as commissioners, you might be hearing that because people see you as figures of authority, as people that are of influence, that know the ins and outs of this government better than the common people. And what's needed if you want to address that and correct it is education for the general public. One thing that was brought up at the work session was turning off the cameras during public comment. I think it's very important that those cameras remain on and that public comment continues to be shared on the Harnett County Commissioner YouTube channel. I mainly feel this way because as a recent resident, I moved here 5 years ago. I've learned so much from my fellow neighbors and everyone here that comes to make comment. I've learned so much about this county. I've learned about the issues that concern the kind of people that I am living in this county with. And I think that if people are unable to attend this meeting, as many are because of work, that they should have the opportunity to hear from their neighbors and to hear from people that have lived here for 50 years and from people that have lived here 5 months. So the second issue that I wanted to raise pertains to the budget increase for the Board of Elections. Not so much about that specifically. I think there was a whole situation there that I'm not here to comment on, but what I am to comment on is that in that presentation, there were other boards that haven't seen a raise in 20 plus years or never. And I think that there ought to be a schedule for the commissioners to review and give those increases to those departments. And it shouldn't rely on people requesting, because the kind of people that we want filling those roles, the kind of people that often fill those roles, don't care about the money, don't care about the compensation. And we should reward people that have those kinds of hearts for service and want to serve in our communities. And it shouldn't be a political thing. It should just be something that's regularly scheduled. And if there's any pay difference between a chairperson and a regular seat, it should be locked into a specific ratio, in my opinion, or the same. Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you. And last on the list, Mr. Richard Chapman. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Richard Chapman, 5220 Christian Light Road. I'm here for my 3 minutes. When it was 5 minutes, I didn't feel quite as much of an obligation to speak, but now that it's only 3 minutes and I've been docked to, I feel a little bit more of a compulsion to speak, so I'm going to appear more often. I would like to point out that I take pains to prepare my remarks, and the difference between a 3-minute remark and a 5-minute remark is huge. As a former professional writer, I can assure you that it's not incidental, it's not just something to flip off. 3 minutes and 5 minutes makes a big difference in crafting something. Recently, my 5-year-old grandson explained to me the concept of minutes. For him, minutes are a complete mystery. When's supper? In a few minutes. When do we get to the park, Grandpa? In a few minutes. How much longer can I watch TV, Grandpa? Only a few more minutes. He hates minutes. So much so that recently he exploded. I hate minutes. With good reason. Adults use minutes to control him. Now you're using minutes to control us. This podium is the biggest, most visible public forum in Harnett County. Nowhere else can a person air an important matter and have a chance to be heard. Constitutional guarantees of free speech are fine, but without a soapbox to speak from, free speech is fairly empty. A paper privilege without real weight. That makes minutes important. And I think that 5 minutes is essential. But what's more important is not so much what I say in 3 minutes or 5 minutes as what you have to say. And I think you don't have enough to say. You don't respond to citizen comments ever. You have no commissioner comment periods in your meetings to talk about your districts. You have no office hours for engaging with citizens. When you and your staff are in the building, you're sequestered behind locked doors. You barely have any town halls, and you certainly don't talk to Democrats. And you do virtually nothing to encourage citizens to show up here and participate. I think this room ought to be packed at every meeting, and it seldom is. You don't even really put items on the consent agenda with any professionalism. You just sort of nod and mutter and let the chair decide there's a consensus, and then it goes on the consent agenda. These items are actual decisions that require actual votes. And so I'd like to request a roll call vote for items for the consent agenda. Lean into the microphone and say, I'm in favor of this grant application. It's a great program. That wouldn't be so hard. And me and my 5-year-old grandson would be very happy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, at this time, I will close the floor for public comment period. And we'll move on to item 8, public hearing for proposed zoning change, Plan 2502-0002. Ms. Arbor, good evening.
Good evening, Chair and members of the board. Sarah Arbor, Harnett County Development Services, bringing before you tonight a requested rezoning from the RA20R to the Commercial Zoning District. The applicant is Barnwell Capital LLC. The property is approximately 3.05 acres located on NC 87 North in the Barbecue Township. So currently, the site is a vacant corner lot, which was previously used as a gas station and convenience store. The surrounding land uses consist of several commercial uses, single-family residences, and vacant land. In terms of infrastructure available to the site, there is public water and public sewer. The property has access to NC Highway 87 North, which is, of course, a major thoroughfare for here in Harnett County. And they experience approximately 26,000 daily trips. The property also has access to Olivia Road and experiences about 800 average daily trips. Next, we'll take a look at the zoning district compatibility map. So as shown on the map, there are properties located around this property with a requested zoning district commercial. The property is also located within a highway corridor overlay district in the county, which encourages commercial non-residential development, promotes safe traffic patterns, and it also consists of enhanced development standards that have been implemented along the corridor to provide attractive entrances or gateways into the county. Next, we'll review the land use classification compatibility map. So this property is located in the land use designation rural center. This encourages small-scale commercial centers and non-residential activity throughout the county. So I've provided several photographs of the site, surrounding land uses, and the roadways for your viewing. And as staff moved through our evaluation, we were able to answer everything in the affirmative, and we are recommending approval of the requested rezoning to commercial. Staff found that it would not have an unreasonable impact on the surrounding community based on compatibility with established non-residential uses, the availability of infrastructure, and compatibility with the underlying future land use. And at our September 2nd Planning Board meeting, the Planning Board did vote 4-0 to recommend approval. There was nobody present at the meeting to speak in opposition. And that's it for staff, and I'm open for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you much. Any questions for staff?
I don't have any.
Hearing none, I will now open the floor for the public hearing. If anybody would like to speak in regards to this proposed zoning change, now is your time. Seeing nobody move, I will now close the floor for the public hearing and entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the proposed zoning change.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the proposed zoning change for Plan 2502-0002. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimously, Madam Clerk. Thank you. All right. Now we'll hold a public hearing for General Services and Harnett Aerial, or the HART system, talking about 5311, Community Transportation Program.
Good. Hart's requested a public hearing on the 5311, the Combined Capital Administration Grant. It's a little over 700,000 with a county match of 90,000. $96,713. This is a requirement from NCDOT and IMD. We do it every year. It help the citizens, help us buy vans and administration, help with our administration. So, any questions?
Any questions for staff?
No.
All right, and as I guess required by statute, we got to hold a public hearing in order to discuss how these dollars will be spent, correct? Outstanding. Well, at this time, I will now open the floor for a public hearing regarding the 5311 program with Harts and General Services. If anybody would like to speak in regards to this public hearing, now is your time. Seeing nobody move, I will now close the floor for a public hearing, and I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the contract.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the contract with match, or the
The
grant.
agreement, total grant, yeah.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimously as well, Madam Clerk. All right. We'll move on. Last week, we had some discussions regarding the Harnett County First Responders Advisory Committee. And we were going to discuss the two members for the Harnett County Fire Chiefs Association. Both of them are Mr. Alan Jarvis and Mr. Chris Prince.
I would make a motion to approve the
Second.
Alan Jarvis and Chris Prince.
Motion and a second to approve Alan Jarvis and Chris Prince to the Harnett County Fire First Responders Advisory Committee as the two members for the Harnett County Fire Chiefs Association. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimously, Madam Clerk. Okay, this time we'll now review applications and consider appointments for the Harnett County First Responders Advisory Committee.
Mr. Chairman,
Sir.
I would make a motion to approve Mike Williams for District 4.
Mike Williams for District. I have a motion for Mike Williams for District 4. We'll go ahead and second that for discussion. Does anybody have any opposition for Commissioner Jagger selecting Mr. Mike Williams as one of his members for District 4? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimously, Madam Clerk.
Has the application process closed yet?
No.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I'd recommend we leave the balance of this open till at least it closes and we see who else applies.
I would agree with that. I know that there were a couple members that have reached out to me saying that they had intentions on submitting applications, and I do not see their names on here at the moment either. If it's the pleasure of the board, we'll go ahead and leave the rest of this open.
Do you have a date in mind that we could, right now we have no date on the website regarding when applications would cease being accepted? Do you need another 2 weeks?
Our next voting meeting, if it can all be turned in and submitted, by then would be fine with me if that's the pleasure of the board.
That's October what,
Yeah, October 1, that would work.
no, what's the next voting meeting?
Next voting meeting is October 6th. So if
Well,
we,
I'm fine with it because as I recall last week, we didn't have a person here for District 1.
You got one on there now.
We got one on here now.
And I know another one that's buried is submitting for District 1 as well.
Okay, well then, if you have another one, I think that we should leave it open until comes to a decision.
October 6th long enough?
October the 6th.
yeah, I think if we did October 1 for a closing date, that would give us enough time to add the names and include it in the pack.
It's a pleasure of the board. We'll go ahead and
Motion to delay it till October 1st. leave it open till October 1st.
Right. That's what. Sound good?
So we're going to go ahead and leave the applications open until October 1st and then re-vote on these on October 6th.
Correct. That way you have an end date, and I think that's another 2 weeks. That should work well.
Provide time for us to know about.
Right, so you should receive it in your packet. All those that submit by October 1st, those names would be able to be included on this list, and you'd be able to evaluate your district individuals, or all the individuals, but especially your district, prior to the meeting on the 6th.
Okay. Mr. Counsel, is that sufficient, or do I need to have that in the form of a motion if I got general consensus of the board?
You make a motion.
I did.
Make a motion was made here.
Can I
Oh,
second?
there's a
I
motion.
made a motion to hold it open till October 1st.
Okay,
Yeah,
motion
I
and a second to hold it open. My apologies. Hold it open until October 1st, and we'll go ahead and vote on October 6th. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We'll go ahead and make that happen then. Outstanding. Okay. Item 12, discuss pay for Board of Elections members.
Mr. Chairman, this was on last week, and we ended up pushing it over because some information that came up. At this time, I'll make the motion that we make the chairman $800 a month and the other board members $700 a month.
I would second that motion.
I got a motion and a second for the chairman of the Board of Elections
I have a
to get
question.
800. Yes, ma'am. And
I have a
the
question.
other members will get 700. I will now open the floor for discussion.
Okay. I want to know if it has been discussed with the executive board of the Board of Election. If it has not been discussed, then with that board, how can we vote on it?
Well, I think we're able to actually vote on any of the committees and the pay that they have, ma'am.
They are under the state.
And that would also be something I would recommend, as the young lady spoke during public comment, for us to go back and maybe look at these. And if staff would come back to us with a recommendation or a proposal, I know that and mind you, that this same motion, I'm going to ask to be revised for the pay not to take place until the next budget season. Because of that. But if we can start planning now, because obviously right now this isn't accounted for in our current budget, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so what would be a good date for us to set this as taking effect?
I think we talked to those that made the motion to see when they would like to go in, when it would go into effect.
I know last week we were talking about it being contiguous with the budget cycle. Now, is this something that we're going to make effective immediately and require a budget amendment, or?
I was thinking a budget amendment to make it effective immediately, but I'm open to whatever the feeling of the board is.
Mr. Chairman, the only reason, one of the reasons I seconded it now is simply this, is that, they voted to take the election, early voting out of the schools, and that's going to involve a lot more activity by them. That's why that's why I seconded it right now.
Can I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
When we sit up here and vote, we should vote for what's good for the committee, the Board of Election, and what their bylaws and what their rules are. And the rules and the bylaws are that the Board of Election director should discuss it with his board and then bring the recommendation back to us. What we are doing is violating the state rules.
Is that
And we're
correct?
taking a personal interest in giving one person or something. I don't
Let
understand
me get
this.
clarification on that quick, ma'am. Now, can someone please tell me what the state rules are that I keep hearing over this?
My understanding is that we have the authority to determine what rate. We're only required by the state to pay $25.
North Carolina General Statute 163-32 does set a minimum of 25 per meeting. It goes on further to say that in its discretion, the Board of County Commissioners of any county may pay the chairman and members of the Board of Elections in addition to the allowance. So it's with the Board of Commissioners' sole authority whether to pay above the minimum.
So, ma'am, does that
I understand that. I totally understand that. But do they not have to discuss it with the board before they bring it to us? So if they're not discussing it with the board, we're bargaining with one person, and that's the chairman of the board.
But by statute, you all have the power of the purse, the sole authority to vote yea or nay on pay above the minimum. That's just purely what statute
At the end of the day, we
says.
don't have to have any notification from them. If we see fit that they're putting in the extra time and the extra hours trying to clean up a mess, we can compensate them without a request. Is that correct?
Correct. By statute, you're the sole authority so long as it's above the $25 per meeting minimum.
So the statute is basically setting the minimum. correct?
That's all the statute does, and in your discretion, you can pay above that amount.
Outstanding. So I agree with Commissioner Jaggers is that we have given the Board of Elections kind of a hard road to hoe in regards to this upcoming election and future elections to be out of the schools. And I know that they are putting in a lot of hard work over there. I also agree that other boards and committees that have not had an adjustment in 10, 15, 20 plus years need to be relooked at as well, and we need it fair across the board.
Right, we will bring a recommendation to the board when we go into the budget process.
Okay.
And so we'll evaluate, we'll do research related to pay of other counties related to how much they pay, and then we'll determine and make a recommendation to the board.
You're talking about for the other board?
For the other boards, correct.
I'm saying this, your recommendation, is that recommendation within the guidelines of the surrounding counties, but have the same size of population that we have?
We went through that last week, man. And I would say that I know that Wake County was up there on that upper tier. And
Wake County is no comparison to Hunter County.
I understand that.
But I'm saying, I'm asking
Do you
the
have an
surrounding counties that are the same size and population of Hunter County. I mean, the gentleman brought the list up here with the counties and the population on it. But he didn't give us a copy, he didn't give us anything to look at, he just brought the information to us. I don't care what raise you give them, but do it in the right way, that's all I'm saying. Because I do believe that they need a raise. But how are you gonna give an astronomical figure when you don't have anything to go by as far as what the other counties in population size that Hunter County? You're just making up a raise to give them. And I'm just saying, I don't think that's right, because you're not gonna do that for other agencies here. I believe in doing things in the right way.
I agree with you, ma'am. And I would also say that we had those figures put up in front of us last week. And I brought up Wake County as an example, ma'am, at the highest end.
I disagree with you, because when you brought it up last week, you told the board, Clara was here, to go back and for their board to meet and bring a proposal back to us. They have not had a meeting, so what you all are doing is basing the increase in pay on, I don't know who or what. Tell me what you're basing the increase in pay on. You just coming out with figures?
I think we covered that when we said, you know, they've got a lot of work going on. They're spending a lot of time, 20, 30 hours a week involved in this with some of them. And
that's not the way you do it. I know they're spending a lot of time. So are other different agencies in this county. But do it right.
Well, I would bring it.
Let them discuss the increase that you're proposing and then bring it back to us.
We're gonna at least respect it between each other here.
No, I'm through with it.
One person's gonna talk at a time.
Okay, I agree with you. I agree with you. It doesn't matter to me, because I really do believe they need an increase in pay. I know when they got the last increase in pay. I'm just saying, do it in the right way.
There's a current motion for $800 and $700. $800 for the chairman, $700 for other members. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I oppose the way that you're doing it. I'm not opposed to the increase, but I oppose to the way that you're doing it. I think you're bypassing the executive committee and you're bargaining with one person. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it.
Fine with 4-1?
Well, it's 4-1, but it's not right what you're doing.
It passes 4-1, Madam
You
Clerk.
bargain, one person on this board is bargaining
Ma'am, we're
themselves.
going to go ahead and move on to the next item.
Well,
now.
do move on if you want to, but it's right, what you're doing is wrong. Cloud?
Maintain order.
Re-clarify the effective date of that?
Here, not doing this. We're moving on. County Manager's report, Mr. Trout.
Thank you, Chairman. So I want to bring up that tomorrow night is our Commissioner Jaggers and Commissioner Matthews Town Hall meeting at 6 p.m. at the Boone Trail Community Center. Reminder, as was kind of mentioned tonight, there is no meeting next week. Our next meeting is a work session on September 30th. I need a motion to approve the budget amendments as requested by the Finance Officer.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
A motion and second to approve budget amendments as requested by the Finance Officer. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously, Madam Clerk.
Chair, I need a motion to authorize the chairman to sign contract amendments exceeding the manager's signature threshold. There's one contract.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to authorize the chairman to sign contract amendments exceeding the manager's threshold. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously, Madam Clerk.
Chair, I need a motion to renew the hangar lease agreement with Piper GT LLC for an additional year.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion and second to renew the hangar lease agreement with Piper GT for an additional year. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously as well, Madam Clerk.
And the last one, Chair, is a motion to authorize the chairman to sign the renewal of the SRO program MOU, and it's a agreement between the county and the Harnett County School District.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
A motion and second, authorize the chairman to sign a renewal of SRO program MOU. Any further discussion?
Yeah, one thing, does this include the police departments also?
No, the police departments are done separately.
They're done, okay, good deal.
And their contracts are with the county, and then we have one with the school district.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously as well, Madam Clerk. All right, do we have any items for new business?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I have two items. The first one, I would like to ask if y'all would agree to have the county manager start looking into providing armed security for all the county buildings in the next year's budget, and just get numbers and see where we're at. I don't know if we can afford to do it or not, but with the climate change in the world and people thinking that the way they disagree with people is to try to hurt somebody, and it's going on for a long time for the last couple of years. And I think we want to, as commissioners in this county, look at that and see if it's something we can or can't do. I don't know if we can, but, maybe he's got plenty of time between now and the next budget cycle to look into that to see if it's possible to do that or not.
I would definitely agree. Consensus of the board to go ahead and allow staff to look into Commissioner Jaggers' request.
Do you need a motion to do that or just a recommendation?
We just
No, just direction.
Some direction.
I'm certainly good with exploring that option.
All right. Well, if you staff will go ahead and look into that would be absolutely wonderful.
We'll research.
All right, the second thing I would like to have discussion at some point in time is that our meeting times and our meeting scheduling and that we do. I know a lot of people work and we only have one night meeting a month. Is that, there's two things I would like to see, just my personal opinion, being on the school board for 8 years. We could vote at any meeting we had to vote at, first of all. Any meeting, anything that was coming up business-wise that we needed to handle, we could vote. Second thing is, we met, we had only 2 meetings. We went one a day and one night. I would suggest that we go from 3 day and 1 night to 2 night and 2 day. That's why I'm just asking if y'all would look at doing that, because I think there's a lot of people that can't come in the daytime. And you can make both of ones at night voting meetings, or you can make them one a voting, one a work session. I don't care. I just think we need to provide the public a way to be here at night sometimes also.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
could I ask the county manager, are there not guidelines as to when we have our meetings? Or did we set the guidelines?
No, the board determines when they will meet.
The board determines how we have our meetings. Okay. I'm in agreement with if the board decide that.
See where you're coming from. Exactly.
Yeah, our only requirement is that once we determine when we're going to meet, that we publish when those meetings are. That's our only requirement. So you just need to, make that decision. And the timing is good as well, because actually the clerk is currently working on what our schedule will be for meetings next year. So we're starting that process right now and looking at deconflicting holidays and so forth with meetings that are normally scheduled on a current schedule. So it would be good. We surely have that at a work session. And
would it be appropriate that we do something on our website, getting feedback or whatever, get the public feedback from it?
Desiree has thumbs up. She can do a survey and find out when the public would like to see our meeting times occur.
If it would be convenient to have 2 night meetings instead of just 1. Or afternoon, whatever you want to do.
Yes, so I can set up a meeting, I can set up a survey on our website, and then you would need to let me know how long you want to keep the survey open, and I guess we can have that conversation unless you guys want to discuss that right now. Do you want it to be for 2 weeks? Do you want it for a month? How long?
How about the October 6th meeting when we come back?
2 weeks?
That's not long enough.
That's not long enough?
Yeah, that's
That's
short, to
We'll
be
go to the
honest.
first meeting in November.
Commissioner Jaggers, that's what I was gonna say. Let's give them till at least November for her to get an accurate polling of what the community wants.
Yeah, first meeting in November, I'm good with that one if y'all are.
You want the first work session in November, or, because normally that would be an item we would have at a work session? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Unless you want that to be a voting meeting too.
So let me be clear, you're asking that we add another, second meeting for evening meeting?
Just changing one of the day ones to a night, so we have 2 day and 2 night. If we meet 4 times a month, it's have 2 day and 2 night ones. Instead of 1 day 3 days and 1 night.
Well, I'm not opposed to it. Do we get paid for it? I'm not coming up here and setting no extra night, no extra day for nothing.
You're still getting the same pay for the same amount of time.
Well, that's a question to ask. But you're asking me for my time.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
So we'll go ahead and put this on for a work session in November. For
Since y'all want to rule everything.
further on discussion.
Thank you.
Do we have a need for closed session?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I move the board go into closed session for the following purposes. Number 1, to discuss a certain economic development matter. 2, consultation with and instructions to the county legal staff in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege concerning the handling of certain claims and litigation, including the workers' compensation claim of Jennifer Davis versus County of Harnett. I see file number 24-046267. Also, number 3, consultation with and instruction to the county staff concerning the position to be taken by the county in negotiating a proposed contract for acquisition of real property. Motions made pursuant to General Statute, Section 143-318-11A, 4, 3, and 5.
Second.
Motion and a second to go into closed session. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Standing after a motion in closed session to reconvene and open, I will call the meeting back to order.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Motion and second to adjourn. We are adjourned.